Do you remember a moment on set or before you started shooting where you sort of embodied the character? Like you knew, I've got him now.
Yeah, and it was kind of, I think it wasn't during rehearsals, but it was on our first day in the suits with the helmets on. And we were kind of going through it, and I just kind of realized that it wasn't Hammond just felt he felt a little too loose, right? And so a little thing that I did was I was just like, and I do this with some characters if I feel that they have a certain personality type, and it's kind of, I don't know if this is like, if I can curse, but it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
having a rod. It's like having a rod up your ass, right? And that's what they say like people who are very like they're type A, and it's just like they're just this. And I literally did that with my body with Hammond, where it's just like it's as if his ass cheeks are clenched and his posture is always perfect. And it really helped because when I did that, it immediately kind of changed the voice, it changed the rhythm of my voice, and it changed kind of um, the intent of my voice. So now instead of it just being
Mm.
like you check your file access, instead of it being something like that, suddenly he's up here and it's like you track your file access, and it becomes something a
Yeah.
little more official, something a little more. He's not the designated leader of this group, but he presents that way. That's why there in all of this chaos and in all of these things that are going on, there's this solid rod of a man, of a character in Hammond, where he's like under pressure, losing his crew, losing people. The Ishimura is going down. There's aliens. There's all kinds of shit going on, and he's steady, and he's trying to be steady, and he's trying to be here, and he's trying to tell people what to do, and give Isaac the instructions that he needs, and all the meanwhile trying to cover his ass and make sure that he's not the guy that's or being accused of being a traitor or whatever it is. So I think that really helps to kind of steady the game with all of this kind of chaos going on, and which makes it more remarkable when in the end when he just fucking loses it. You know what I
I,
mean? It's
I
just like,
really,
oh man, even Hammond lost it. Like that's it, it's over.
I really want to talk about that scene now. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't finished a game or gotten to that
Mm.
part. But the demise of Hammond is quite a. You go out with a laser glory, man. And is
Oh, I
that? Can
loved
you
it.
tell me? Is that's performance capture that whole thing, or yeah?
So
Tell
that was
me.
a really really fun day.
Oh, I can
On
imagine.
set. It was a blast for me, and it was, and more so being a football player, like or an ex-football player. It was the physicality involved in it. So we had our stunt guy come in, and he naturally had these big, things, and he's acting like the monster and doing his thing.
Yeah.
And they put me in this kind of like this harness that went over my shoulders, like under my armpits, and like it was like two handles here, right? And so they put these big tall things so that way I knew where to look, where the monster was. And when that part where the monster kind of like digs into Hammond and like jerks him around and like finally like yanks him, and then I have to kind of grab it by the throat and push it back. We did that
Yeah.
like 15 times, and it was just awesome because and the guy initially, and he was a smaller guy. He was like 5'8", he was like 5'6", five
I
eight,
couldn't
and
have
he had
told.
to
I
like
couldn't have
grab
told.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like yanking me, right? And so it was awesome because the first time he did it, he kind of grabbed and he was just like a little bit. I go, listen, I used to be 360 pounds. You're gonna have to move some weight today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, I don't weigh that anymore, but the mass is still there. I'm dense. Like you got to yank me. And so when he had that freedom, it was awesome because when it got to the part where it was like dig in, he grabbed and it allowed me to like really play being yanked back, dropping the gun, and like just kind of letting your body go as you're being taken by this alien. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we practiced that. I lost my voice that day because I was screaming so much. I do ah! And then doing this whole, but it was a really fun moment to kind of get to be out of your mind a little bit and kind of improv and make up like these things that you're just kind of speaking to yourself because you're losing it a little and you're replaying old scenes in your head of like this is no way, there's no way this guy, why is it, and you're delusional and you've kind of lost it. So that was a fun thing to play against because I've had to be so steady and so with it the entire game. It was fun to finally lose my mind and to end it with this big physicality and to take all that frustration from losing Chen and losing Johnston and kind of having the frustration with Daniels and everything else and all this stuff going on and to finally just be like, I'm gonna fucking kill this thing and grabbing it by the neck and just being like, here we go, and this is how we're gonna die. Then I'm taking you with me, and I think it ended in this righteous, amazing, like just blaze of glory where it's just
It really was an epic scene, wasn't it? And
it was so fun. Yeah.
is Isaac Clarke is gonna write with you in that scene, or how does his
Yes.
he is? Yeah.
Gunnar and I were together the entire time. We basically, yeah, we were there the entire time, and we kind of worked on it. And he's so giving as an actor. He always wants to be there to help. He always wants to be there for eye line and to kind of help deliver lines to you, so that way it feels as real as possible. And you can tell he's been in all these games. It means something to him, and he cares about it. So that was so nice to come into as an actor, such a supportive and kind of like welcoming environment.